Hey guys, um, this is Forex Maverick. So I was actually thinking of doing this analysis, market analysis on Mondays, just to show you guys the pairs that I'll be looking at and how they perform after I've analyzed them. So I decided that we're gonna be looking at the dollar actually, but I usually like to trade the opposite base pairs of the dollar. Like what I mean is, I usually like to trade maybe NZD USD, GBP USD, Euro USD, something like that, instead of trading the direct pairs of USD JPY, USD CAD, USD. So I usually like to trade the opposite. But if I analyze the USD on the other side, so I trade the opposite pairs. Anyway, GBP pairs kind of pay nice. So what we're gonna be looking at now is GBP USD right there. So GBP USD has been on a pull up. So on a buying trend actually. So it's been buying slowly but surely. So it actually just reached this zone right here. Here it was support, and then twice here it was resistance, and now it's here. So for the week, since you guys can see, this is a 4-hour time frame. I'm just gonna pull it up to daily time frame, as you can see right there. What I'm looking for actually is sells. There's a high possibility of sells on GU, so I'll be looking for sells. I'll tell you the reason now. So I'll be looking for sells on GU. As you drop down to 1 hour, you can see that it's actually starting to give us that formation of a sell. This was NFP actually. This was NFP. This was NFP. So I'm just gonna wait for it. With the market, you don't analyze it and then just because you're expecting a sell, then you jump in. No, you wait for confirmations that it's gonna sell, because it might pull up and then you caught in a trade that you don't want to be. So this will be our. I'm sorry if it's a bit messy, because I'm always working on my charts. I'm always working on my charts. So if it's a bit messy, it's okay. I'll probably at some point explain all these trend lines, and stuff like that. But for now, I'm just gonna give you a breakdown of what I'm expecting. So going on to Euro USD, I'm still expecting the same thing. As you can see, this zone right here. Okay, let me just something. Cool. So as you can see, just pulled up and then reached this level right here. That level right there. I'm gonna drop it down to day. As you can see, right there, quite clear. So what I'm expecting from this is a sell. Okay. So This coming week, I'm going to be looking for an opportunity to sell Euro USD. It might not be for for a very long time, but I'm expecting it to probably hit this low before pulling back up, or it might pull down a little bit and then pull further back up. But I'm just looking for it to hit this low, this range, just this range right here on the sell before it decides to pull up. So that's what I'll be expecting on Euro USD. And then let's just drop it down to an hour and then you'd see already how it started to form that cell. So you might never have a confirmation. Okay, I'm saying you might not have a confirmation yet, but it's still forming. So you wait for it to confirm for you. There are a couple of things that you need to look at for you to know that it's going to sell. You know, so just because now you see a sell, you see a double top, it doesn't mean you should just jump in and say, okay, I'm selling now. No, you wait for confirmations that are gonna confirm for you that yes, it's selling. Unless you have a nice fat account, you know you can withstand any drawdown if there's any, or you can take any losses and still be okay. Yeah, but if you're growing a small account, you have to be precise with your entries. you know I can say that, but still, even if you have a big account and you don't want to take unnecessary losses, you can still have to wait for nice confirmations before you can just jump into the market and take losses just because your account is fat and nice you know so yeah. So this would be Euro USD, also expecting a sell. And then another pair that I'll be looking at is NZD-USD. It also has been pulling up for a while now, and I'm actually looking for a sell now. Yeah. So this is where it is right now. Yeah. Let me just zoom it down right there. My my charts are very messy because I'm always working on them. I think I already said that. So it's at this zone right now. Right here, it was support, and it came here, it became a resistance. Oh, actually, support again. Actually, so it was support here um for a bullish market, and it was support also here for a bearish market. And then we came here. This was also a sensitive zone, you know, but it broke there. So it came to this zone now, of which right here, right here, right here. These are the touches that I'm looking for. These are the touches that I'm looking for. So right here, I'm looking for it to sell. So I'll be looking for sells here. Let's just pick it up to a day. There it is. So I'll be looking for sells here. If it doesn't sell down to this level, it might sell a bit further, you know. But I'm looking for sells here. I'm looking for sells. Another thing, remember, when you analyze on a big time frame, those are probably long time moves. So if you have a small account, look for moves that will be able to sustain your account, or that your account will be able to hold. Don't trade big time frame. Look big time frame, just look for the right direction. You understand? So that when you go in on a smaller time frame, you sell knowing that the market is going in this direction. You know, a high time frame drawdown that can be withstood by a big account will just blow your small account before it actually goes in the right direction. So those are the other things that you need to bear in mind and consider, before you can just jump into the market and place a trade. So this is what I'll be looking at. Another pair that I'll be looking at actually is NZD but JPY pairs, they move with the dollar sometimes, they don't sometimes. So they just have their own thing going. When they are all buying, they're all buying. GBP JPYs, Euro JPY, USD JPY. They just at the point have their own thing going. So you just have to be extra careful with them. No, don't trade them according to what the dollar pairs are doing because they might disappoint you and move their own way. Either they're just gonna be stagnant and not move, or they're just gonna move on a different direction. So now is actually the NZDJPY, as you can see. I'm also looking for sells on this one, you know, but listen to me very careful. But it might still decide to push further to this one. You see here, this one, 1, 2, 3, right here. So it might still decide to push a little further and come here. You know, right there. So it might still decide to push further for this high, or it might still respect this zone and start selling. So let's drop it down to 4 hour. There we go. So it's been buying, but nice and slowly. Nothing quick, not that much of big impulses, you know. So it's been buying, but nice and slowly. Usually, when I'm trading, if a market does this and there's this tail that it leaves behind, I don't know all these candle names and stuff like that. They don't matter to me. What I see in the market is what I notice when I'm looking at the market, when I'm looking at the charts. So all these terms that are confusing, I usually don't really pay attention to. So what I'm expecting when it starts selling, I'm expecting it to hit these levels. It might consolidate when it hits these levels right here, you know, right here. But I'm expecting it to at least hit this low, and then I'll be out. If it does go further, it will pull to this low right here. But I'm expecting it to hit this somewhere here. That's what I expect. So I know maybe I'm still new with this whole thing. Some of y'all wouldn't be able to understand what I really mean or how I really explain the market, but I'm just not into making these whole big terms, you know. As you can see how it's set up right there. So we've got this level right where it's at now. I'm expecting sales from these guys. I'm not saying go in and sell, but I'm just saying I'm expecting sales. I'm sorry, I probably didn't mean to make this video too long, but yeah. Okay, let me just go into all the JPY pairs and show you what I was talking about. The dollars NZD, this is Euro JPY. So as you can see again, it's also somehow giving us a sell, you know. So JPY pairs, they correlate a lot. They have times where they don't move the same way, but most of the time when there's big moves, they move the same. When they're buying, they buy. When they're selling, they sell. So as you can see right there, we already have a sell set up for me, but you can still have to wait for it to confirm. Don't just jump in. Okay, CHF JPY has been a bit shady, you know what I'm saying exactly. It's been playing around the same place for a very long time, and I'm not paying attention to it. Katie, no, it's fine because last week when it was somewhere here, I meant to make a video actually like this on a Sunday, but I didn't get time to do so, and it actually moved in my directions, and now it's here. So it doesn't count for now. We'll just leave it out. That'll be an analysis for another day. So when I'm doing USD pairs, I'm doing USD pairs. When I see an opportunity on carry pairs, then I'll do carry pairs. Let's just check What is that? Okay, USD JPY. It's gonna be a little bit different from other JPY pairs because I'm expecting the dollar to buy on this one. So it might move with the dollar, but also again when the JPY pairs move, it also moves on its own direction without considering much what the dollar is doing. So let's check GBP JPY. It's also giving us the same setup. It's either it might still continue rising or it might start selling. As you can see, just reach this zone right here. So I'm still expecting a sell from GJ, you know. So if it breaks this, then I'll be no, might just impulse up, but I'm expecting a sell. So I'm expecting it to actually break down under this smaller trend line with this one and then start selling. But don't forget what I told you. The JPY pairs sometimes move with the dollar, sometimes they do not, sometimes they move on their own. So don't compare them to the dollar too much because at some point they might not move with the dollar or they might be slower than the dollar movements or the dollar pairs movements. So yeah, that's that. Let me not make this too long. But yeah, this is it, guys. This is it. So let me just black you. Let me just black you. The reason why I'm expecting those pairs to sell is because of the dollar index. The dollar index just hit this point, you know. Let me just move this right here. I'll actually use a square, but to make my so it's here. I'm expecting this thing to actually buy. And also, it might not buy right here. It might still play around. That's why I'm saying you have to wait for confirmations. But I'm expecting a buy from the dollar index, as you can see right there. So NFP was a sell, so it pulled down a bit, but I'm still expecting it to at least give me the sign that now I'm buying, you know. So it's reached these levels. It's been selling all along. So now it's here. So I'm expecting it to at least, if it plays around, play around, come down, come up, play up, and then start buying. You know. So I'm just gonna wait for this whole thing to play out before I jump into anything. But yeah, just gonna get my account funded and ready. When I see an opportunity, I'm in, just like that. So anyway, this is it for today. Um, yeah, this is Forex Maverick. This is Forex Maverick signing out.